Rounds of severe thunderstorms marching across the Bluegrass State. We'll put a track on those just ahead.
The Rockcastle County Jail is closed after smoke and flames sent more than a dozen inmates to the hospital. Coming up, the shocked and frustrated jailer explains why a fire was started.
A minivan crashes into a well-known department store and police say it was no accident. Now they're looking for 4 men who stole thousands of dollars worth of items.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. We are tracking a severe weather threat which could bring showers and storms here to the Bluegrass.
And the potential for some damaging winds. So we have called a WKYT First Alert Weather Day to keep you informed. We want to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Chris?
Yeah, tornado watch is out for areas of western Kentucky. Severe thunderstorm watch is out for parts of northern Kentucky as well. The area is in red with that tornado watch that'll go until 9 o'clock. Severe thunderstorm watch until 11 now for areas as close by as Owen County up toward the Maysville area, Mount Olivet into Robertson County. Defender radar network, thunderstorms to our northwest, weakening a little bit, not seeing as much lightning with those storms. Still going to pack a punch in terms of some very gusty winds from right on top of the Ohio River just to the west of Covington toward the Louisville area, and starting to pick up on a couple of cells trying to pop here around the Bullitt County area toward Bardstown into Nelson County, eventually into Washington and Marion counties, and a couple of other cells here into southern Kentucky from Adair County toward the Tennessee border. Tornado warning is out for that storm heading toward Owensboro. Look at the lightning showing up at that line of thunderstorms between the Paducah area down into Murray State University, and other thunderstorms now lining up on top of the Mississippi River down toward Memphis, Tennessee. Defender radar network putting everything in motion. We're going to track that second line of thunderstorms in here as we go into the middle and latter part of the evening, and that may pack a damaging wind threat as it works its way from west to east across central Kentucky into the eastern part of the state as we go through the remainder of the overnight. We will continue to watch the severe weather threat and track the latest watches and warnings through the evening.
Chris, thank you. Well, fire investigators are now saying a fire at a southern Kentucky jail overnight was intentionally set after an argument over what to watch on TV.
The fire broke out just before 3 this morning at the Rockcastle County Detention Center on Main Street in Mount Vernon. Several staff members and inmates had to be treated for smoke inhalation. WKYT's Mark Barber is in Rockcastle County with the latest on the investigation. It's our top story at 4:30.
The Rockcastle County jailer says the fire that sent 15 people to the hospital was started over a disagreement about a TV in a jail cell. The jail is now closed for repairs, and the jailer says that's putting 10 of his employees out of work.
It's real emotional.
Carlos McClure chokes back tears when he thinks about laying off his employees just 2 days before Christmas. The fire that forced firefighters to evacuate the jail and close it for repairs started in a ventilation system above a cell around 3 this morning.
Supposedly happened over a TV. That's the only thing we know. Somebody got mad over a TV. Might have had a different agreement over a channel or whatever. We really don't know exactly.
13 inmates and 2 employees were rushed to the hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation. About 90 inmates were not hurt, and they were guarded very closely as they were loaded onto school buses and taken to the Laurel County Detention Center.
It's just ridiculous. You know, something like this even endangers their own lives. You know, that's just uncalled for.
Investigators say the fire caused extensive smoke and water damage, so it could take weeks to reopen the jail. In Mount Vernon, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. And we're told that none of the people who were put in the hospital for smoke inhalation are seriously hurt. State police are questioning inmates about the fire, trying to figure out who started it and how it was started. Just 2 days until Christmas, an upscale department store has a big mess to clean up after thieves hit early this morning.
Police say a minivan crashed into the front of Saks Fifth Avenue in downtown Cincinnati, and 4 men got into the store and then got away with thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. Jennifer Palumbo is at the live desk for us with a story that's new at 4:30. Jennifer?
Amber, police say the heist happened in less than 90 seconds while the store was closed, but the crime didn't go exactly as planned. Just before 6 this morning, police say the thieves tried to smash into the building, but they couldn't get through a metal security gate. So they backed up and rammed the gate a second time, then breaking the glass. Investigators say 4 men jumped out of the van and stole items from the front of the store, then took off in a second minivan. Police are not saying what was stolen, but a Cincinnati TV station reports they were designer handbags worth thousands of dollars. So far, no arrests have been made. Police say this may be connected to a rash of similar break-ins in Chicago and Indianapolis. At the live desk, Jennifer Palumbo, WKYT.
Jennifer, thank you. Saks Fifth Avenue is open this afternoon with extra police in the area to make sure that employees and customers feel safe. A police officer and a suspect shot one another during a traffic stop in northern Kentucky. State police say the exchange of gunfire happened in a parking lot in Ludlow in Kenton County. Police say the suspect died at the hospital. The Ludlow officer was also taken to the hospital and is stable. Investigators have not released any names in this case, and they have not said what prompted that traffic stop.
2 people have to find another place to stay for the holidays after a house fire here in Lexington. Firefighters were called to Chantilly Street just after 10:30. That's just off of Cambridge Drive on the west side of town. A fire major on the scene told us the flames were contained to the living room. The 2 men who lived in the home will have to find somewhere else to stay tonight because of smoke damage to that house. Donald Trump is heading into the Christmas holiday weekend with a solid lead over his Republican rivals.
This as he defends his use of a crude word when talking about Hillary Clinton, and Trump's closest rival, Ted Cruz, is lashing out at a national newspaper. Mark Albert has the latest from the White House.
The Washington Post has retracted this animated cartoon depicting Ted Cruz's children as monkeys. The cartoon was based on Cruz's political ad, which spotlighted the candidate's 2 daughters.
Don't be attacking 5-year-old girls. That has no place in politics.
The Cruz campaign quickly turned the incident into a fundraising event, asking supporters for instant emergency contributions totaling $1 million in 24 hours. Cruz is enjoying a surge, but a new CNN poll still shows him at a distant second to Donald Trump.
This is turning more and more into a 2-man race between Donald Trump and me.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump defended his use of a crude word to describe Hillary Clinton's loss of the Democratic nomination to Barack Obama in 2008.
She was favored to win, and she got chunked. She lost. She lost.
Trump went on Twitter saying it's a word frequently used in politics to say beaten badly.
His bigotry, his bluster, his bullying have become his campaign.
Clinton's remarks to the Des Moines Register echoed recent comments she made at a rally on Tuesday.
It's important to stand up to bullies wherever they are, and why we shouldn't let anybody bully his way into the presidency.
Clinton's communications director tweeted that Trump's comments are degrading to all women. Mark Albert for CBS News, the White House.
And the first votes will be cast in less than 6 weeks when Iowa holds its caucuses February 1st. Senator Rand Paul is airing his grievances against his Republican opponents, but it's all in the name of the holiday season.
The senator wished his Twitter followers a happy Festivus Wednesday. The made-up holiday was introduced on the sitcom Seinfeld. As part of Festivus celebration, followers are encouraged to air their grievances in a series of tweets. Senator Paul took humorous shots at several Republican rivals, including Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and Ben Carson. He also had a grievance for Hillary Clinton. He previewed some gripes on government spending, part of a 38-page Festivus report on examples of waste that he commissioned.